My fellow Americans, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whichever it is for you. We're really honored today. I have a guest. He's a senator from the United States Congress, and he says he's not going to show his identity, but he's going to tell us the absolute truth about all the questions and things I've been bringing up in my the truths and realisms that I've been bringing up in my videos. So, without further ado, I'm going to ask him his first question. Now, I realize I'm the cameraman and everything, so I may have to go back and forth, so you have to realize that. But he says he's going to be absolutely truthful, and we've had no meeting on this prior to this. He just arrived, and we're going to switch over to him. And the first thing we're going to ask him is,
we're all communists.
Are they really...
I mean, there's different classes of us. We're Machiavellian, the leading class, and probably under us is the Hollywood politicians and Hollywood stars and actors and directors. They're, of course, all good comrades. And then there's the media, the right-wing media, that we control most of them. They're communists, too. Of course, it's obvious. I don't know how you can ask such a question. I mean, it's just obvious. Of course, they call us liberals and Democrats, but we're really communists. We follow the Marxist ideology from tooth to nail, the thesis, antithesis, synthesis. We're just going through one of those processes. It should be just common sense to you, but I don't know why it isn't, And then there's all the dumb communists, of course, and they just follow along like sheep, and there's the ones that think it's for the good of the all, which that's what we believe. We truly believe it's for the good of the all. It's the only way to rule. You say that history shows it to be different. That's not true. It's the only way to have a successful population. You have all the egalitarians, and then you have us, leaders, with all the money and the control and the power, and we do things for the benefit of all. If a few million have to die, that's fine. We have to steal some trillions of dollars, that's fine too. It doesn't matter. It's the only thing that works. It's preposterous that you don't think this. And of course, like you said in your videos, where am I going? We're all attorneys, and we're taught nothing to do with justice. We're taught to win, so we're just winning. That's going crazy on me here. I don't know what it is. It's not supposed to be doing this. I'll just have to adjust this a little bit more here. Well, that's just part of me here. Let's see if we go out here like a little bit like this. Okay, there you get my chest. So the question is, are we communists? Of course we're communists. We've always been. Since the Second World War, we've been communists. And are we attorneys? Of course we're attorneys. We should be controlling. All you people are morons. Sometimes some of you are educated morons, and some of you are just morons. You're a moron. You're a moron because you don't go along and go into our cause. Our cause is benevolent. It's for taking care of all people. What is wrong with this camera? There, you can see my eye. You can see that I'm telling the truth. We all believe this, the president, vice president, all his staff, and all the people in government, and all the proficient people all around. We believe that the only way to take care of you people is under communistic rule. We have to control you. I know you've talked about things about 3.5 million years of freedom. Well, it's time for 3.5 million of non-freedom. We'll take care of you. We'll control you. We'll even give you a good health care system. And death squads, of course, they're necessary. Don't be absurd. All that Fox News talks about death squads and all these things. When we say we're not going to have death squads, well, we don't call them death squads. We call them regulation squad. We want to regulate the population. We want to keep the population down. Police actions, for example, they're an ideal way to keep the population down. What is this camera? It's supposed to automatically zoom in and out. It only wants to zoom in on my eyes. I'm not quite sure. Is that the cameraman doing this? Oh, I don't know. Anyhow, it's just ridiculous here. It's common sense. Why people don't tell you? Of course they don't tell you, because we also have a fascist government. Communism cannot exist without fascism. We have to have a police force and FBI and government agents that just obey their commands, just like Adolf Hitler with his fascist regime. It's absolutely necessary. I don't know why you people question it or doubt it. I really don't know what's wrong with this camera. It is really going where it wants to go. I swear. Mr. Yerman's not touching it. I'm not touching it. Maybe somebody else is. I don't know. Let's see if we can get my eye back in here. Anyhow, your questions and the things you put on YouTube are just kind of ridiculous here. Let me put my glasses. Maybe that's the problem here. Let's see here. I'll borrow Mr. Yerman's glasses. Oh, that's better. Okay.
some of the other things you brought up, you bring up, the police actions. Of course we have to have police actions against the Islamics. Of course we know it's a religious war that will never win. But if we fought a war, we would destroy them all. What good would that be? We wouldn't have any followers. We want a certain number of followers. Of course, it's ridiculous to presume some of these other things. Nuclear war, well, if it happens, so what? It's inevitable. We'll still be in control. As far as controlling the world goes, of course we want to control the world. Why not? We're the people with the brains. We're attorneys. We're taught to win, and we're just trying to win. It's just ridiculous. Are Christians and Jews part of us? Of course not. But we'll sway them over. We'll sway everybody over. We'll sway you over. Mr. Yerman, we'll sway you over, or we'll make you disappear. We'll make everybody disappear that doesn't agree with it. It's real simple. Adolf Hitler had it right. Okay? He just didn't implement it right. We're implementing it right. Now we have to implement it slowly. No, we don't get these police actions from the 40s on. Don't you realize if we really had a war against these people that didn't believe in annihilate them, then who'd follow us? What we would have no comrades then. I mean, don't you see this is the valid philosophy? Don't you understand it? I mean, aren't you intelligent enough to realize it? I think like you fixed your camera, didn't you? I just can't believe how the camera is working here. Let me put my glasses on here so I can see what's happening. That's what happens when you're a lot of years in the Senate. You don't see what's hacking, you lose your vision. Okay, we'll talk about Senator. Thanks for your honesty. I really appreciate it. I'm sure the American public will too. Just to accentuate a couple subjects and you might comment on and kill themselves off by the millions. Do you realize that millions of people are dying because of your philosophy? You don't realize in the history it's never succeeded. Do you realize that you're taking away people's sanity? You're killing people. You're torturing people. And people don't evolve under communist actions. Of course they evolve. They evolve in smaller numbers, but you realize that there's no police action that America has endeavored in that's never succeeded. One movie that leads to death, destruction, torture, and every other policy of mankind. It doesn't only, the Hollywood torture of people that you brought them to go to police actions or their children, of course, they have enough money to buy their ways out of everything. And they get wounded, they suffer the rest of their life. Do all kind of nasty deeds in these things. Aren't you cognizant and they get off? We don't care about that. They're all part of comrade people and everything. And the Hollywood people are really close to all your philosophy and nothing else. There's no other philosopher like you. But what about false premises? Most of them realize that communism, especially Machiavellian communism, is the best way for a society to go. We just absolutely know this. We know this to the point that we will die for this philosophy, okay? Some of the questions and some of the things you bring up are ridiculous. We laugh at them. We laugh at Fox News. Fox News thinks there's something else. There isn't something else. We'll eventually get them all. We'll either get you all over to our philosophy or we'll eliminate you. It's just kind of simple. It's not a matter of, right or wrong. It's the only thing. We will die for this philosophy. Day and night, doesn't matter when, we will die for this philosophy because we know it's right. We know for the betterment of the all. We don't care about the individuals. We just put that premise on. We go to churches to show a show. We're kind of all the politicians. They're like Hollywood actors, too. We're Hollywood actors and actresses that like to hear ourselves speak. That's it, Mr. Yerman. I don't know why you don't understand this at all. It's very, very simple, and all your people should understand it. It's simple. We have the only way to go, and if you don't want to go with us, we can't switch you over. We're going to just say goodbye to you. Goodbye. Goodbye. Okay, so now you understand it. I hope you will, and someday you'll come over to us and, not be a moron, an educated moron, but a moron yet. Come over to us in the communist way of life, and you will be treated fine. In fact, you can become part of the hierarchy if you want. You just have to make enough money, steal from enough people, and you have enough money. And you mentioned about free elections. We have free elections. As long as you're a multimillionaire, you can run for any office. As long as you have a communist philosophy, you can run to any office. We have free elections. If you're a moron, you wouldn't want morons to be running this country. You wouldn't want one-term morons. It's kind of ridiculous, Mr. Yerman. Kind of think about what you're saying in all your things. You were going to eventually take them off the air. You realize that, Mr. Yerman. Like we're going to take you off the air. We have to do these. We have to win. We're taught to win. We're associated with people like that from our childhood. And we have to go into the schools, this new phenomenon, of course, just like Chairman Mao did. We have to convert these children from youth to understand the only way is not